think this is more comfortable, right? Since it's a conversation. I know not to exit the slideshow now and just enter.
All right, everyone, if you are not in the bathroom, not taking a shower, not naked, all that kind of stuff, just try to be on camera, just, show some respect.
I'm European. I'm not scared of boobs. You can.
I'm very casual, as you can see. I'm already working so much already. Anyway, thank you. Again, I just want to reintroduce you. Just Kim-Anh Evans. She actually is in Dan Ebert's team. I think you were in Cash's team somehow, some way, and then
Yes.
there were some like
Big
going on
Bay
there. But then from the practice company now we're all in Vantage, one family. Of course, you were in Phoenix. You were with us, and then Danielle already met you. Michelle was there as well in Phoenix, and yeah, so you're a go-getter. You won the top 10, top 25. I
Top
think
25,
top
I
25,
guess.
almost top 10, but good enough, right? And then you were
Yes.
in Jeff's house, learn a lot, and good that I have you there so that I can learn a lot through remote learning. Anyway, Rebecca showed me something as well, but anyway, so it was all good.
Kaizen. Did she show you Kaizen?
I know Kaizen before.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. But
I'm getting appointed for this. But thank you so much, Rick, for having
thank
me.
you. Bienvenue, Kima.
Merci. Merci beaucoup.
Madame Kima. Thank you.
Kim-Anh, yes. So like Rick mentioned, right? I was there on Saturday. For you guys who didn't, get a chance to jump on. Hopefully I won't repeat myself too much, but like my story, thanks to Rick, I'm getting to practice it, like 3 days ago. So hopefully you'll see some improvements. It's definitely less nerve. I feel way more comfortable with you guys. So we can have more of a conversation at the back end, but just basically, my talk's gonna be about the crusade. Like my previous company, I felt like I never really had a story. And it was hard for me to, to like relate to people. And then after what happened to me last year, I was able to tie it all to the business, right? But before we get started, let me ask you, what does it mean for you to be a crusader, right? I know there's a lot of Asians, in your team, right? We're a good student of the business, but let's just really apply everything we learn here, right? Starting with your family. So just a little bit of my story. This is some family pictures, right? I'm originally from Vietnam, the motherland, but I was born and grew up in Switzerland. 3 generations of doctor, like my dad, my grandfather, my great-grandfathers were all doctors. So there's no business bone in me. Like I don't have a poker face. So that's why they sent me actually to college in US to study business because they needed a business person in a family. However, what they taught me though is a lot of compassion, service, right? Helping others and dedication to other people. And that's kind of why it took me a while to find my voice and my career in a business setting because, I try real estate, all those different things, but you need that shark mentality. But only with this business model, you can succeed. The more family you help, the more you succeed. So it took me a while to find it, right? But luckily, this business came along where I'm like, okay, I can make money by helping other people. So ensuring that no family left behind, right? The more you help, the more you make. So I started in a business about 6 years ago. My son was about 2.5, 3 years old, really, really part-time. Like I was not dissatisfied. For you guys who don't know California, but I was 5 minutes away, literally 5 minutes away, my office. Actually, back home in Europe, they would make fun of me for driving. But, it was on PCH, so I had to like drive to the office and I could bring my son to the office with me and my dog, right? So it was extremely flexible. I had the quality with my son and money was not really like an issue. Later, when he started school, then yes, like the flexibility of time became an issue, right? But mostly what drawn me to the business is the education, right? Like I mentioned, I was sent to go to school in the US to learn about finances. Even though I have an MBA in international business, I never knew what to do with my own paycheck, right? I could analyze big corporation, Fortune 500 companies, you know, but as far as my paycheck at the end of the month, I definitely spend too much. But don't get me wrong, right? I used to have nicer hair, lashes, nails, and everything, right? But my family was not as prepared as it was. And then the only thing I wanted is basically set my family up, learn and apply. So that's kind of what we did, right? They teach you 3 to 6 months emergency fund. We got that done. Then you start with basic coverage, right? Term LB. We got that done. Then college planning for Ben, right? Because being Swiss through me, he has the option to go to college for free in Europe, right? So obviously, Tiger Asian mom would love him to go to Switzerland to study. But by the time he's 18, I probably won't have any say where he goes to school. So we needed to like save somewhere where the money could be used. Like, I'm kind of European that way. I'm fine for backpacking trip to pay for that. Maybe not for a wedding, but I'll tell his girlfriend later. But that's pretty much it. And then my initial, people always talk about a BPM first dream. Like the first time I sat and I learned about this, I just want to make enough extra money to max fund at IUL. That was it. I didn't think further. And you'd be surprised. I was able to max fund all our IULs, just making extra side money, right? We even did 3 rollovers. Also, got a trust, funeral planning, whatever they were teaching us. We were kind of looking at it and see what we can apply and what we can afford and just get it. Because I thought it was much easier to share. Like if you have everything, right, it's easier to share and it's more honest. You can't tell someone, oh, this thing is great, but you don't even have it, right? Exactly. So I was a student of the business. Everything we could do, we got, right? And eventually when COVID happened, I was kind of pushed in a good way to come full-time, right? My husband got furloughed during this time, but it was great because we could really use this forced family time. And, we're doing business, right, on Zoom. Like before, it wasn't like this, like LA area. Like, I don't know if you've been in LA, but, San Diego was too far. We talked about having family in San Francisco. That was way too far. So I couldn't even reach those people. So anything kind of an hour and a half was my market, but that was it. I couldn't go that far. And then with COVID happening, people had more time to learn, right? People had more time to learn, and then, we started getting clients and business partner all around the country. And then also one thing who really ticked me off, it's how unprepared people were. I mean, it was sad, but a lot of GoFundMe. I don't know if your friends were more prepared than mine, but like every day on Facebook, you would see GoFundMe to pay for, someone's getting, hospitalized and all this stuff. So if they were just prepared like we were, it would not have been that way, right? So that's the first time I really realized how much this business has brought to my family, even though I was not making super crazy income, just enough to max fund our IUL, just enough, to have the 3 to 6 months, but so much more than most people. Most people, like with COVID happening, that was it. Like they didn't have the 3 extra months saved up or 6 months, right? And then basically it. And then after going full-time in April 2022, I opened my second IUL. I don't know how you guys thought it, but you know, you have a saving wealth account, which is for retirement, right? That's kind of what I got first. And then by making more money, I got a spending wealth account where it's like a smaller cash value, but you put more money in to take in and out. So April 2022, I applied and I got the preferred elite, like best health, you know, and oops, let me do this. And then this, basically this picture, that was Matt and I when basically I got negative diagnosed, right? In March 2023, I was at yoga, and when I was laying down on the mat, I could feel something, you know, in my top. At first, I thought it was like on the mat, and then going 2 or 3 times a week, I kept on feeling something, and enough for me to go to the doctor, right? And I was diagnosed April 2023, so less than a year after getting preferred elite. I basically got the breast cancer diagnosis. Luckily, my dad's a doctor back home. Things were moving kind of slow in the US, especially in California, you know. They gave me my diagnosis and they said, you have breast cancer, but you have an appointment in 6 weeks with your surgeon who's not even a breast specialist. So that's a picture where we were told we were going to have an appointment in 6 weeks. And then that's a picture of Ben when they dropped me off at the airport to go get my surgery. I had no idea which, you know, stage I was when I left. But the only thing is, like, money was never a concern, right? Just the peace of mind we always tell people is worst case scenario, right? The mortgage will pay off, Matt could stop working, and then we'll figure out, right? So that's just it. And let me see. So that was a picture of after my first surgery. I got my surgery actually the day of my birthday. And my husband, that was a picture of his birthday. He's a week older than me. So I wasn't able to be there for my husband's birthday because I was getting my surgery. But I made it back on time for our son's birthday, who was a month later, right? So no matter what, that month, however, I was still meeting clients, right? I was like, okay, let's use this opportunity, at least, you know, to talk to people who are procrastinating. And I'm lucky enough to have a husband, to only have one kid, right? Because it's not the same, like, you know, we had enough coverage for one child, for one college tuition. But if I had 3, 4 kids, you know, I wished I would have had more, you know, in my coverage. But I sat with 2 single moms, right? Do you say single mom? Yeah. That month, we were, you know, procrastinating, and we were able to do like a $250,000 rollover and 5 policy out of those 2 months. And that month, I hit my biggest paycheck, right? In 6 years of business, just because I had the sense of urgency, and I really truly felt like, okay, you know, I need to share this more and not have people just wait. Because if you wait too long and you have a diagnosis like this, that's it, you know? So that's my second surgery. I went back after Christmas, after Thanksgiving. That's Ben. We were Zooming, you know, how we could. I got to see snow, which was exciting for me being in California. And that's a picture of my dad. You know, we're like made the best out of it, right? Of this situation. So even though medically, right, there was best case scenario, right? Stage 1, everything was removed after my surgery. The only negative we have to bring up is now I'm uninsurable, right? At least for 5 years, because usually after a cancer diagnosis, you have to wait 5 years officially to be in remission. And depending on what kind of cancer, what kind of treatment you've done, you know, some people won't be 10 years after the remission. So some cancer would be 15 years. So in 5 years, I have to revisit to see, you know, what kind of policy I could submit or apply. But I'm very grateful that I'm such a student, and I basically applied for everything I could. You know, I always told myself, I was like, okay, once I make 100,000, I'll get $1 million policy, right? But if you add up my 2 IULs and, you know, like my term, you know, I have over 1 million, but, you know, it's like I said, with one kid, it's enough, you know, with one mortgage. But if you have several children, it might not be enough, right? So don't wait around. It always gets more expensive with age. And then also as a lifelong crusader, also what I did is, you know, I learned to file a claim just so I know the different steps, you know, what to do. And then I also took a loan out just to learn. We didn't need to, but just to see how the steps were done, right? Like, and then now I can show in the IULs, I go on there, I show them max funded all the way to the diagnosed. Then for a year, I didn't put anything in, but I took some out, right? So whatever, it's easier to just share something you have, right? And then just to finish, right? I just want to make sure you guys are prepared as much as possible, right? Because it changed my life. I wished I had more though, right? Talking about it. You just have to make sure you take action, not just talk about it, like do it later. And then you know what? In my case, my husband and I being the same age, right? And he's a white guy, right? Like we would say with the same age, same year. I know Asian don't crack yet.
Yeah, I gave you that face because I'm like, I thought he's like 10 years older than you. But
Yeah, no, with the same age. So usually, logically, we would have got same things in place for him, right? We did, but not yet everything we need. But we needed everything in me because I'm the one sharing the business. So I need everything. And thankfully, I got everything. And then we're already looking at survivorship, right? Since I'm uninsurable, at least for 5 to 10 years. So we're going to do a survivorship. We're looking to do a Kaizen on him as well, right? You know, and so that's it. And then whenever you have everything that you can afford, but like, for example, we can afford the Kaizen or the survivorship yet, right? Considering all the policy we have, but I already know what's the next one, right? So you need to know budget-wise, you know, you talk to Rick just to know what's feasible, right? And then you can always catch up. Ben has 2 IULs. We pay the minimum on one, and because that's for later when he's in his 30s. But the one he has for when we take out, you know, in his mid-20s, we max funding that one. And then once you have everything, you have to make sure you share. Sometimes your family, your close friends, they don't want to listen. I find the easiest people to talk to are your old college friends, like people you went to school with, because you kind of know where work-wise, financially-wise, the fact they went to school with you, you know where they stand. And old coworkers and coworkers, those are always my best bet as far as client-wise, because they believe, right, in you. And then you have that rapport where you know how much they make and they don't feel uncomfortable sharing their finances with you. That's usually, and my team is the same. Like I had one guy do a VGO out of 20 close friends and family he invited, only 2 coworkers showed up, and they are going to be each family 15,000 points just because, you know, like 2 engineers, both family like members working, they need at least 3 million coverage. So that's it. Forget the brother who didn't show up, forget whatever best buddy you had. Those people are maybe not comfortable and they don't want to face the reality. But usually people who work with you, you know, they have similar, you know, points. Do I feel less? I felt less nervous.
Oh, great.
I don't feel like my
Actually.
face is all red.
So basically, your lasting tip was, you know, talk with your ex, but not ex-boyfriend or girlfriends.
Well, yeah, you can.
Co-workers or
You can.
ex-classmate.
Yeah,
You know,
whoever you have enough,
if they pick
you
up.
know,
talk to your ex.
credibility, but not too close, not too close. We
Okay,
always
not
try
the
to
not the
talk
not
to.
the prior, not the boyfriend, just immediate, like the one, like, you know, several
No, you could.
generations ago,
If
right?
you have a good relationship with the girlfriend, you could.
I know, I'm kidding. Well, was it powerful or not? It was purely powerful. So thank you so much.
Thank you for
Honestly,
having
like, give
me.
her a hand. Come on, like, you know, guys, like everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
having me.
All right,
you. Thank you, Kim.
thank you, thank you. I did not lie about this. Actually, we are friends. I mean, you know, Vantage, we try to build this business, even though it's business, whatever. I treat all of you as family, you know, Kim-Ma, even though we're not same team, whatever. Like, doesn't matter. We're same company, same family. I told her, I heard this. I was like, oh my God, like, you know, I will make sure I put it on my calendar to remind you when you're ready. Look at this.
In 5 years, we're gonna, yes,
You guys
we're gonna
know
be.
I do this all the time. This is my worksheet. I look at it every day. Look at what I wrote down on Saturday. Kim,
2028.
I said 2029 is 5-year remission, and then she's like, no, it was last year. So 5 years from last year is 2028. So I cross it out.
Exactly.
2028. See, I can't make it up. I'm not like I did not just write it before.
No, it's great.
I actually did it when I was talking to her on Saturday. And wow, no, I just want to show you that.
Thank you so much, Rick.
my-
He texted me right away. I was like, we can find something within 5
that's what I
years.
said. Yeah, I did say that. So I just wanted to show you that, you know, this is like how, like, you know, how close knitted we are, like, and we couldn't have built this relationship. I mean, we did kind of when we were in Dan's Zoom before, and we talked briefly. You talked to me before on the phone, all that stuff. But without Phoenix, without this camaraderie, without sitting together, finally, hey, I see you in person, type of thing, we could not have built that relationship.
We don't have exchange numbers
and I just have to say, like, you know, like the last 30 minutes, like 25 minutes for the same message, it was so much more powerful because you had the pace, you could slow down. Like, I mean, on Saturday, I kind of missed some of those points, to be honest.
I was talking so fast because I had the timer. I was stressed.
And then you had to use your French rapping skills to speak in English really fast within 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was 7 a.m. I was like, oh.
But no, I mean, that was like as powerful as it get, honestly. Like, I mean, I wouldn't be able to speak to you all if I had anything. Luckily,
thank you for the opportunity. You know, I feel like, you know, anything who makes you a little bit uncomfortable makes you grow, right? And I already know Dan's gonna push me on stage in Tampa.
Well, I mean, you deserve it.
You
deserve it. Actually, if I don't make it on stage in Tampa, it's my fault. So basically, think of it that way, right?
No,
and, you know, like
no,
when you were in Atlanta,
win.
you know. Okay, say when you see Rebecca next time, just tell her this. Your leader, Dan, just gave me the hardest time ever, and say that, by the way, Rebecca Lim in my team, she is the #1 Chinese in the company now. And I'm like, damn it. God damn it. Anyway, I truly appreciate.
She's really good.
She's really good. Oh, Allianz roll over left and right. She used her left hand for one client.
But
right
you know, she's a little bit, the only thing is she's a little bit older than you, right? Because in this business, the older you get, the better markets you have. So you have that over her, right? You only know people with younger kids, right? That's like me. Her markets, it's a little bit older. So we maybe roll, you know, 150, $250,000. She rolls 500 and up. But those people are coming, you know.
See, Thomas, you guys taking notes? Thomas, you know, Judith, you guys are here, you know.
If you are in your 50s and you have the best market.
Yeah,
you have the best market.
That's what we market. That's what we aim for as well. All right.
So
any questions? Any questions for Kim-Ma at all? Any questions? Any remarks?
I will see you guys in Tampa, I hope.
well, of course, actually half the room, majority of the room are going. But anyway,
Yes.
you want to say something?
Yes, I don't have any questions, but I just want to say how much I am so glad to meet you. I am so appreciative for your story and that how strong you are to come out of that, but still continue to not just, care and take care of yourself and your family, but you have the drive to take care of so many others.
Thank
In
you
the
so much.
middle of difficulty, I know that there's so much going on, in your mind, your emotions, so much going on battling an illness, but you still pursue to fight, like almost put that second because you want to just help and change so many people's lives and encourage them to, take initiative and really get their insurance coverage down. And
Yes.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit, speaking off, and I'm a little nervous myself because I feel like you're such an inspiration, and I appreciate
Thank
you
you
and your
so
time.
much. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate you talking because I'm never the talker either. Even if I have things to say, I would like try to text people, but it's one more thing out of the way. And then, even now, like to be able to work and build and help other people, it's also helping me because if I was not doing anything, people always talk about how, cancer can come back and all this stuff, right? So I would just be worried and waiting for
Right.
it to not come back, right? So you can't. You just have to, whatever you can control for
Mhm.
everything, whatever you can control, right? And I just want to be able, it made my afternoon, I mean, my evening that you came up and talked to me because I just realized, right, I need to share. I'm not a social media sharer. I don't, because it's a little bit too private. I know some people are very good at sharing and inspiring. I just don't think it was my voice that way. But I just, through Rick and him giving me the opportunity to just talk to you guys, like if I can just reach one person to get off their butt and go get a term LB,
Mhm.
it would supplement your income if something happens,
Yeah.
it's not that
Honestly,
much. It's 40-50 bucks.
yeah. So
Like,
I mean, honestly, like truly grateful. Honestly, you can tell for the fact that she is giving us a powerful message, and I really sincerely wanted her to recite or like slowly giving her time, giving her pace to
thank you.
saying this just because I mean some of you missed it on Saturday and I don't know why,
I
but
was so
honestly,
nervous.
but the fact that like you are telling my team a story and you thank me for giving you opportunity to tell your story. It's like
It
come
is.
on. It's like I should be grateful. I should thank you actually, right?
I
So
had a jacket on because usually Dan likes us to look like, business wise on a call, and I was so like scared and sweaty that I had to take my blazer off.
yeah, no. When I was finished done like talking, and and Danielle joked about this with me earlier today, right? She was like, she was like, she was like, she was like, oh yeah, I give you an A minus and all that stuff. I was sweating my whole back, my
It's
like yelling
stressful.
out names and all that stuff is crazy, right?
You
But
did a great job at the names because those are hard.
I mean, I call your name twice and I'm like, Kim-Anh Evans, she just spoke and she is on every slide. That's what I gave you
Yeah.
the kudos
It
on, right?
doesn't take that much to get on those guys. Seriously.
Same message. Same message. Same message. Yvonne just talk about this too. Anyway, Kima, you,
Sounds
you
good.
want to stay, you can stay. I just have a
I,
few
I
more
have
things.
to I have to go make dinner. But
Okay.
thank you so much for
Thank
having
you.
me. And I
Everyone
will
just
definitely
unmute
contact
yourself.
you.
Just thank Kima for me with me again, and I truly appreciate honestly your powerful message about it's not easy. Some people just recover and they just recover it. They don't want to talk about it. But the fact that you're rediscovering it, we talk about it. The fact that between two surgeries you come back to the States and be with your family and say that, hey, I have no time to lose. I am freaking
I
going
couldn't miss my
appointment now.
son's birthday. That's the main thing, right? The surgery was May 9th and Ben's birthday is June 6th. So no matter what, I just had to come back, plan a birthday party, because everything had to stay normal for him. That's it. Same for Christmas. We came back after surgery and made sure he had Christmas.
This
Because
is
that's the
terrible.
only thing he'll remember. It's to miss his birthday party.
Yeah, the fact that
Not
you
have
mentioned about the
Christmas.
dates, that means I have to celebrate. Remember to remind myself to celebrate, send you a happy birthday next year. Damn it. Okay. All right.
Thank you,
Any more
guys.
last
Have a good
remarks?
training.
Anything?
Go Dodgers.
Just
Yes, absolutely.
all
That's
right.
my husband watching right now.
Yes.
All right.
Bye.
Well,
Have a good evening.
thank you.
All right,
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
People
See you in
come.
So
Tampa.
much. Good night,
Thank
guys.
you. Good night.
All right, I will the team stay on a little bit actually. Yeah, just to show. Okay, so a couple things. Hope that was really powerful. I really thought, like she could not deliver it the way she would have wanted, actually, when she was in the big group meeting, but I thought it was well done. Anyway, a couple more things actually. It was on the actually really reciting what happened on Saturday, right? Is the three phases of 401k. It is kind of like a basic topic. You guys like Ray talk about it all the time, but then it's something that you guys should be quite familiar with going down the road. So I'm going to share it right now, and then I will re-gift you my birthday gifts, and then we call it a night. Okay, so hopefully, all right, everyone can see my screen. Yeah. All right.
Yep.
So basically, right, this is what the conversation is about regarding 401k. When people say, I only save money in 401k. I only have retirement. My retirement. Oh, what do you do with your retirement? Oh, 401k. Most people say that, and that's fine. But what is the issue with only putting money in 401k? Is the fact that, hey, let's just say you have $500 a month you put in your 401k. It's normal, whatever. You can put 1,000, it doesn't matter. Right? Every year you put in 6,000. Given that it's 30% tax bracket, then basically it's 1,800 that you have not paid, that you're not paying because it's tax deductible. Plan B, right? ABC 1, 2, 3. B is the pre-tax money going in, right? You only get tax when you take money out. So basically, over 30 years of your work life, you save $54,000 of tax. So far, so good? Right? Make sense? Did I lose somebody already? Do I lose people already? Are we good? 54,000, right? Like in total, your work life, every year you don't pay this 1,800 of tax, right? Because it's pre-tax. So you're actually saving, tax saving is $54,000. You don't pay that tax. So during accumulation, 3 phases is contribution, accumulation, and distribution, right? When you accumulate, over 30 years, you accumulate $180,000. Let's say interest rate is 12%. So basically, you accumulate up to $1.7 million, which is good. Which is really good, actually. You save $6,000 a year. You actually, after 30 years, you actually accumulate up to 1.7 million, basically 10 times your money. It's actually really good. 12% is really powerful, right? 12%, 6-year double. Then basically over 30 years, you actually double 5 times, basically 5, 6 times, right? Make sense so far? So no tax. During accumulation, you still don't pay tax, right? When do you pay tax? Deferred account, you pay tax at distribution when you take the money out, when you actually need the money, right? That's what happens here.
Hey, but I have a question.
Yeah.
For the accumulation.
Yeah.
So what's the APR?
APR. 12%.
Because your interest rate is annual, I assume, right?
Yeah, annual. And then I just divide by 12 for the monthly compound. So 1% per month. compound 12. So actually it's more than 12.
So you're not using APR?
Yeah, then APR is just if you want, I'm going to go actuarial with you.
Sorry.
Then
It can be more simple this way, it's okay.
APR is 12.6%
Mhm.
effective, right?
Okay.
But just normal language is 12%. But yes, you're right. APR is 12.6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
But you can change it. You can change it to 10%.
Right.
Then it's whatever, right? This is just to dramatic, make it dramatic, right? 10 times your money.
Mhm.
And what happens when you retire? When you're actually ready to retire, you have this money, $1.7 million to retire. We recommend you only withdraw 5%, so you never run out of money. Best annuity out there, can do 8% at this point, but let's just say 5%, conservative. So basically, every year, out of your retirement plan, you get $87,000, right? That's just what it is. So you never run out of money. At that point, what is your tax bracket? Let's just say it's 30%. Let's just say tax bracket never change. But in my opinion, it will go up for sure. It will go up. It has to, right? And so your annual tax liability on this money, because you never pay tax on this money, you actually have to pay tax on this. It's $30,000. And let's just say you live 30 years after you retire. So you work 30 years to retire 30 years. Fair enough, kind of fair. No, not really, but whatever, right? Then in total, your tax liability is $900,000. This is the repositioning of your 401k. That's why if people are overfunding their 401k, over their matching, this is the calculation to show them. You save. So my question, Ray does it his way. The way I say my question is, if you have a choice between $900,000 or $50,000, which one do you choose? Of course, you want to take $900,000, but if you can save that money, you want to save $900,000 or you want to save $54,000? Of course, you want to save $900,000. So that's why you want to pay. If you can pay tax now and forget about the tax liability in the future, this is how
you pay
do it.
tax now is better.
Basically,
Right.
you want
Or
to,
if you anticipate a tax bracket to go up, right? But when you retire, you try not to take so much money out to jack
this.
up your AGI.
Look at this. Even as 20% tax bracket, you're still owing $500,000.
Well, I agree with the logic, but I'm not sure I agree with the calculation.
Go ahead, talk about it.
Right,
Okay.
because when you say you're paying 30% now, the 30% tax, but
Yeah, you
tax
can
is
change it to
including
25.
your other income.
It's still more, right?
Yeah, it's but the calculation is right. The logic is right, but if you want to stick with the number, the number itself will be misleading, in my opinion. Because your tax bracket right now is including all other incomes, but you still, but you're right, in the contribution phases, you are still paying 30% maybe, because you have another income coming in. But when you retire, it depends on what kind of income you have when you retire. Then
this is not the only.
tax bracket.
Yeah, this is not the only. You're right.
Right, this is not the only. This is not the only.
But on the other hand,
so your tax bracket might be lower, might be higher, depends on how many income after you get retirement.
yeah,
But the logic itself is right.
You're isolating. Yes, this
right.
showing.
Yeah, because for me, the way I'm thinking is like it's simple to explain this way, but if you deal with the engineer or the math person,
Oh, I talked to
they
them
won't
already.
buy it.
I will, because okay. Why is the current AGI this may still be misleading? you're right, you can have other income,
Right,
but you also have more deduction.
right.
Distribution time, you actually have way less deduction. So
Yeah,
this
that's
actually
true,
still,
but depends on what kind of income that person has.
no, you're talking about income, yes. But I'm counter arguing with you, saying that right now you are saying that you have other income during the contribution phase. So
Right.
your tax bracket will be going up because you have more income. But on the other hand, you have more deduction. Dependents, mortgage, retirement.
Yeah, that's true.
In distribution phase, when you retire, you should have no dependent, should have no dependent. Your kid should be out of your dependent circle, hopefully. You should have no mortgage. Unless you're actually planning it correctly. And there's no retirement for you to deduct during distribution phase. So it's not completely apple to apple, you're right. But
Yeah.
this is a isolated conversation just to show this, that basically we are talking about, like, it's, yes, on the other hand, you want to say that this is dramatizing. Yes,
Right.
fine, I am. And this is not mine anyway.
Yeah, but you
that's okay.
you can put even lower tax bracket in the distribution
That's fine.
phases, and
That's fine.
still you can save a lot. That is,
That's fine.
yeah.
Just because this starting value is going to be much higher. You are going to grow the piggy bank and then you can slaughter the pig. So you get more meat when the pig is bigger instead of just the piglet, right?
Right.
You know, that's basically what it is.
Mhm.
Sorry, I don't mean to yell at you, but basically.
Yeah, but my suggestion is if we use that kind of explanation, we can put lower tax brackets in the distribution phases, because the end up is still you save a lot of money.
It's pick the same 20, still put the same. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's not mine anyway. It's John Shin's, and I borrow it. I borrow it before, but I only had it in PowerPoint.
I know.
I actually showed some of you seen this before. I only had it as a PowerPoint, but now apparently the Excel is something that everyone wants. Then I just put a Excel together. Apparently, as an actuary, it's easy to do it in 10 minutes. So I did it. Anyway, so the yellow space is where you put in the value.
Yeah.
You can play around with it. It doesn't matter what it is. And then I can, okay, just for you guys being on the call, do this again to you guys. Apparently, I'm a good guy. Hold on 1 second. All right, so here we go. It's in the chat room. I'm not sending it. I'm not sending it to the group chat in WhatsApp. Download it if you can. If you cannot, I remember you. I can email you if you need me to. That's fine. Okay. And then just to regurgitate my birthday gifts. Well, thank you, by the way, all of you, for your birthday blessing. Basically a theme when the upfront bonus from 40% to 50%. I actually need to rerun some number for some people, but 50%. So basically $200,000 coming in becomes $300,000 is a freaking powerful message. Oh my God, crazy.
Yeah, I told you I should quit now.
and honestly, even for people like, and I use it as like a little bit of a not secret weapon, but basically for people who are uninsurable, this actually is a good way, because the 50% bonus benefit base, it can be their death benefit too, if they want to, if the beneficiary want to, right? The benefit base is payable over 5 years. So if the person actually is uninsurable, this actually becomes a good way for them to grow that money as a death benefit. May not be as good for may not be. Actually, it's not good for living benefit. It's true, but you can free withdraw. You can actually take the money out to use it for living benefit. That's fine. but death benefit wise, it instantly becomes 50% more, just in case you are uninsurable. Okay, 50%. I don't know how long it will last. I actually never seen it ever in our lives. Yvonne called me right away. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? And I'm like,
Okay. So last time when it's 35,
yeah,
I'm
we talk
sorry.
about we say 40. We never. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Honestly, it's true. It's true. You're
I'm
right.
waiting for it to go to 60.
Okay, then wait.
I don't
wait.
think it will happen.
Then wait. I mean, what I mean, even the people who got captured,
I can see 50% is very temporary.
it will, of course.
Yeah.
When the market just drop right away, it will
last for
drop.
6
Yeah,
months.
sure. Basically, they have to attract client because the market is doing so
Right.
well.
Right.
Anyway,
Mm.
and yeah, so I if you wait, fine, whatever. I mean, even the client who actually only got 35% last year, or like 40%, 45% last year, like, is it that bad of a deal that they got 45 last year? It's still really, really good 45 last year, right? Honestly.
Yeah,
When
I
was
told
the
my
last time?
husband it's 50 now. I said, oh, my 45 is not bad too.
Well, I mean, but what if it becomes 25? It will become 25, 20 one day,
Right.
right? It will. So we know that I can tell.
I need to remember it's the election year. Usually election year, the market looks good. Right after.
Yeah. Right after when it drops,
See,
who knows, right?
do some historical study and you will see.
Yeah, when
what
it drops,
happened.
then the bonus will drop for sure. I can tell
Right.
for sure it will. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is this one. Some of you already actually someone already reached out and want to do this already. So the new estate planning, some of you actually reach out and ask me about this. Basically we got this partnership with Caleb. All you need to do is just send them this flyer, and if they want it, great. And then I will just basically connect the person. You just get the email. You don't need to actually be involved in this whatsoever. Basically, you get me the email, and then I will connect the person, the paralegal, to talk with that person. And then they will handle the whole thing. We don't even need to do like three-way text, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. No, just the email. And then Caleb will reach out. They will do all the follow-up. And when they pay, all that kind of stuff. So my script, and this is the script that I gave Judith. Actually, no. Did I give you that script? No. No, it's the script I gave Amy. Amy is not here, so I can say. So, dear friend, I finally find the, estate planning service that you have been looking for. Normally, it's $14.95, but because you're a special friend of mine, it's going to be $1,800.
What?
So Patrick,
What did you say?
Patrick,
It
remember
was
you talk
1800.
about all the houses?
You still making
14.95.
extra money.
Can you say your script again?
Yeah, I'm going to say it. Just remember this. I'm recording this too. Patrick, remember all your houses, all the things that you need to take care of with your living trust? Remember you talked about we actually need to get this done for you? I finally find the opportunity, find a right professional to help you with this. Normally, it's $14.95, but because you are a special friend of mine, it's going to be $1,800.
Are you serious? Like
Of course not.
1800
Why you keep
is
saying
bigger
it?
than 14.95.
You can say 600, Patrick. You cover the rest.
Normally it's $14.95, but for you, because you're so special, it's going to be $1,800. I'm going to pocket the $300, basically.
Oh.
Come on, just have a laugh. Damn it. Okay, good.
Hey,
You guys
so
saw
did you send this out as a PDF or what? Or that's a picture file?
I sent a picture to you guys, I think.
Yeah, you did.
I sent a picture to you guys, but
Yeah, you did.
if you need it, I don't want to bombard you with all the stuff, but if you need it, I can send you the PDF. I have the PDF.
Okay.
The official. It's official. Okay. All you need is just get the email. Like, you don't even need to collect cash, collect anything. Just get the email. Then the other side will take care of all the stuff. They will do the follow-up. They will do everything. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So that's number two. And yeah, those are the two gifts that I have for you all. Well, actually today, even this 3-phase of 401k. Third one. Good. Woo. Good. Well, finish my message. I guess, thank you again. I had a pretty good birthday. And I actually talked to Michelle and Amy yesterday. I was at a birthday party, not mine, but my kids' friends' birthday party. And then somehow the location become a whole Halloween party, all that kind of stuff. All the Kersinger kids all came, and then some of the parents, I just basically like collect 5 numbers. Basically, it's like, oh, the way I talk to them is like, oh, I see you in school, but I never actually get to talk to you. So, and then we talk, and then we just like practice the 5 feet rule. Winnie is so good at this. Everyone going around her, in front, on the left, on the right, behind you, you can talk to them, and you are so good at this. But I was like, oh, I see you in school, and basically just connected with them. You don't need to prospect, as I mentioned. Just talk to them, have a conversation, and they're like, oh, let's connect. Okay, great, awesome. Just that's how I got a bunch of numbers. And don't waste that opportunity if you still have kids in Halloween zone. Okay, if you don't, then go to 99 range and prospect. But anyway, hold on.
I'll post those your flyers on the door.
Anyway, well, you can put some scrambled eggs as your candy, right? And so
Yeah,
you get
refer
one
me
single scrambled
somebody,
egg,
you get a whole Snicker bar.
and then you can. It's up to you. But 18
Okay.
living trust in a Halloween, as a Halloween candy.
Yes.
But anyway, any questions? Anything? I just want to say, October is getting close to finish. It's been a good month. Several of you got paid first time ever in Vantage, which is great. I love it. Two more, at least 2 or 3 more of you will get paid in the coming weeks to close out 2024 really strong, which I love. I really want, I don't want to be measured by my base shop. I want to be measured by my entire team. I want all of you to make money, and that's my number one thing. If you're not licensed, then Winnie, Yvonne, Fenosh, up in Massachusetts, and then there should be one more who will be going through licensing really soon. So that's good. So all the whole team will get licensed. Actually, by the way, Michelle knows this, right? Patrick knows this, Judith, you know this for many years now, that my red pocket during New Year, if you're licensed compared to you're not licensed, is substantially different. You know that, right? So better get your license. And then of course, Tampa Bay, definitely be there to be prepared to go there, and then definitely get the most out of that as well. Okay, cool. Actually, Danielle knew too. Danielle did not show up to the Chinese New Year dinner. I hand delivered the red pocket to her. Anyway, it was
Yes.
it was
It was awesome. We have photo evidence.
It was good. And so May actually just heard us. So it's all lies. It's not true. May, it's not real. We just talk about it. It's not even true. All right. Anyway, have a good night, all of you.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.